2100 hours Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headline: the Prime Minister says fascist policies of Narendra Modi are the biggest threat to regional peace and stability. Kashmiris living on both sides of the line of control and the rest of the world will observe the Indian Republic Day as Black Day tomorrow. India has again resorted to unprovoked targeting of the civilian population at Chirikot sector in Azad Kashmir. Welcoming the recent statement of Prime Minister about CPAC, China has again vowed to work with Pakistan. The foreign minister, during a telephonic talk with Turkish counterpart, offered Pakistan's assistance in relief and rescue operations in the wake of the deadly earthquake in eastern Turkey. Pakistan beat Bangladesh by 9 wickets in the second T20 match at Lahore, taking an unassailable lead of 2-0 in the series. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan says the world is now acknowledging the anti-democratic and fascist ideology being imposed in occupied Kashmir and in India. In a tweet today, he said the fascist policies of Narendra Modi are the biggest threat to regional peace and stability. The Prime Minister pointed out that already 8 million Kashmiris and Muslims in India are suffering because of Narendra Modi's fascist policies. The Prime Minister, in his Twitter account, has also shared the cover page of the weekly magazine The Economist, titled Intolerant India and How Modi is Endangering the World's Biggest Democracy. Kashmiris living on both sides of the line of control and the rest of the world will observe the Indian Republic Day as Black Day tomorrow to draw world attention towards the continued Indian occupation in the Indian-held Kashmir. This year, Kashmiris are observing the Black Day at a time when the Modi government scrapped the special status of the internationally acknowledged disputed territory. It has also usurped the fundamental rights of the citizens through massive deployment of its military and prolonged curfew and communications blackout. Protest rallies and demonstrations will be held in the world capitals, including Pakistan and Azad Kashmir. Meanwhile, India's Republic Day has brought more miseries to the already besieged people as the Indian troops have intensified checking and frisking in the Srinagar city and other parts of the occupied valley in the name of so-called security measures. The day will be marked with a complete strike and protests in occupied Kashmir and anti-India demonstrations and rallies in world capitals. This year, the observance of the Black Day is also aimed at registering protest against the continued lockdown of occupied Kashmir imposed by India since 5th of August last year. Meanwhile, the Kashmir Valley remained under strict military lockdown on the 174th straight day today. The Azad Kashmir Prime Minister Raja Farooq Haider Khan says India has no justification to observe the Republic Day when it snatched the fundamental rights of Kashmiris and its hands are soaked in the blood of innocent people. Talking to the media in Muzaffarabad today, he termed the Indian observance of Republic Day as an attempt of hoodwinking the international community and by portraying a false picture of the reality on the ground. Billionaire philanthropist George Soros has termed India's controversial Citizenship Amendment Act as the biggest and the most frightening setback to the survival of open societies. Speaking at the World Economic Forum in Davos, he said the democratically elected Narendra Modi is creating a Hindu national state, imposing punitive measures on Kashmir, a semi-autonomous Muslim region. The Indian troops have resorted to unprovoked fire in Chirikot sector along the line of control, deliberately targeting the civilian population. According to ISPR, a 21-year-old woman, resident of village Syrian, sustained serious injuries and she was evacuated to a nearby medical facility. This is Radio Pakistan. The President, Dr. Arif Alvi, and Prime Minister Imran Khan have expressed deep grief and sorrow over the loss of life and property in Turkey's earthquake. In his remarks, the President said Pakistani nation shares the grief of their Turkish brethren and stand by them in this difficult hour. In a tweet, the Prime Minister Imran Khan said, "Our prayers are with the brotherly people and the government of Turkey." He said Pakistan stands by them and is ready to extend any assistance in this hour of trial. The Foreign Minister Shah Mahmoud Qureshi has telephoned his Turkish counterpart Mevlut Cavusoglu to express grief over the severe earthquake resulting in a huge loss of life and property. He condoled with the Turkish Foreign Minister over the loss of valuable lives on behalf of the President and the Prime Minister of Pakistan and the entire Pakistani nation. The Foreign Minister expressed solidarity with his Turkish nation in this hour of grief and offered Pakistan's assistance in the relief and rescue operations. The Foreign Minister also offered to send field hospital and rescue teams from Pakistan. The Turkish Foreign Minister Mevlut Cavusoglu expressed his gratitude to the Pakistani leadership and the nation for offering condolences and assistance, saying that the earthquake in East Turkey was so severe that it killed several and injured hundreds. The British High Commissioner to Pakistan, Dr. Christian Turner, called on the Speaker National Assembly, Asad Kassar, in Islamabad today to discuss the ongoing bilateral state of affairs between the two countries. He informed the Speaker National Assembly regarding the new travel advisory on Pakistan, whereby the country is declared as a family station for the British diplomats and citizens. He said the travel advisory was upgraded in the wake of the improved security situation of the country. China has appreciated Prime Minister Imran Khan's recent remarks about the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. In a statement issued today, the Chinese Foreign Ministry said since the launch of CPAC, significant positive progress has been made. It said at least 32 projects have yielded early harvests, playing an important role in promoting Pakistan's economic and social development and improving people's well-being. In advancing the construction of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, China has always followed the principle of joint consultations, joint contribution, and shared benefits, and has always given priority to the interests of the Pakistani people. The Minister for Economic Affairs, Hamad Azhar, has said Pakistan has made significant progress to combat money laundering and terrorism financing. In a tweet today, he said, "Our authorities worked very hard over the last few months, and we remain committed to sustaining this momentum." Hamad Azhar said it is premature to comment and speculate on the decisions that the Financial Action Task Force members shall take in the plenary next month. Both France's and Iraq's President Barham Saleh have called for respecting Iraq's sovereignty. The talks held in Vatican City focused on the challenges Iraq is currently faced with, importance of promoting stability and the reconstruction process, encouraging the path of dialogue were also discussed. And now cricket. Pakistan has won the 3-match T20 series against Bangladesh by beating Bangladesh by 9 wickets in the second match in Lahore this evening. Batting first, Bangladesh scored 136 runs for the loss of 6 wickets in the allotted 20 overs. In reply, Pakistan achieved the target in 16.4 overs at the loss of 1 wicket. Pakistan lead the series 2-0. Babar Azam was declared player of the match. And finally, the weather. Mainly cold, dry and partly cloudy weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 12 hours. However, cloudy weather conditions with light rain with snowfall over mountains is expected at isolated places in Upper Punjab, Upper Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Northern Baluchistan, Gilgit-Baltistan, Islamabad, Kashmir and its adjoining hilly areas. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link, facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.